Hey guys, I want to talk about automated cars, self-driving cars. Okay. I saw a video the other day of a lot of YouTubers do this as well. So influencers, famous YouTubers, they come up with these funny videos where they have, oh my God, the car is self-driven, you know, and they take a picture of it and post it online, and then hashtag Elon, hashtag self-driving, hashtag Waymo. Just a lot of I think a lot of noise over nothing, in my opinion. So I want to talk about that. Let's argue on why automated cars, self-driving cars are just a scam and just silly, outright silly to start. My opinion, right? Again, if you look at it over the last 10 years, there's been a lot of noise about this one, right? Over 10 years, people have been going on about automated cars. That you go in, you get in, you drive, not a problem. Taxis, you get in, done. Driverless, not a problem. Okay. Here's the point. It's been a promise for the last few years. So Elon Musk, again, has been saying that every year is going to happen. They must spend millions and millions on this as well. Billions, actually, on this. And it's not going anywhere. But let's think about it. Why, though? Why? Why is this happening? Here's the point. There's what's called, I'll call it, let me get the exact name, HPD. It's called people per hour per direction. So that means how many people are being carried per hour in a direction. Think about that for a minute. So if you have an automated car, they sat there and you have 4 people in that car, max. Okay, yeah, 4 people in the car with 1 person not driving, max. Okay. How many people can that carry? Yeah, for how long? I remember, again, there's a lot of argument on this back and forth on who does what and why, right? But here's the point. As far as it stands, Waymo and all the other companies that come up to this, right? The maximum you can carry is 4 in a car. If you want to go crazy, go 6, even more, 10. Let's make it more worthwhile, 11, 15, 20. How about that? Then, you know where you are? Then you're in the range then of public transport. Then you might as well get a public transport. Unless you get 4. If you get 4, then the point becomes how many people can you carry? Okay, let's talk some numbers here, right? The average road, okay, the average suburban road. So think of the US. US guys have got the biggest cars ever, okay, the biggest roads ever. Now in the US, the average lane, okay, the average lane will take 12,000 people per direction. That's the average. That's like one of the, again, these are big in the world, okay? If you come down to the UK or go to Europe, especially with their tiny roads, any other country actually, but the Europe, the tiny roads are good, but the roads are tiny. The maximum you can carry, maximum amount of people in a car you can carry is 3,000 to 6,000. If you go down to Africa, South America, where the roads are not really good, then you'll bring that number down. So that means as far as it stands, if you spend millions or thousands and millions and billions on research, the maximum you can put on the road, okay, is 6,000, give or take. That's it. That's all you get. So that means you might as well get the richest people or sell the car for as expensive as possible. If you sell the car cheap, you're making a loss. That's it. That's common sense, right? You don't need a degree. You don't have to be a genius. Most of these guys claim to be geniuses. The investors that are giving them money claim to be geniuses. But I want you to know that this shows you clearly that you're not geniuses, right? Because you get on the road and the maximum you can carry is 6,000 people. Let's compare that to a metro line or train. A metro line, train, underground, wherever you are, okay? What they carry, you're not going to believe, is 80,000 people per hour. If you've been to London or been to any of the trains, on a busy train, the train carries at least 200, 300 people each direction. Okay, 2 directions. And it's every 2 to 3 minutes. So that over the hour, how many people do you think you're going to carry? 80,000 is what they carry. So that means if you invest that money that you claim that it's important to you, if you invest that money, instead of carrying 4 people, you invest that on the train, you carry more people. You carry, again, give or take, 80,000 compared to 3 to 6,000 that you can carry per direction. So the lane capacity is an issue. Unless you extend the roads. How are you going to extend the roads and get a car and extend the roads to carry what? If you extend the road and double it, then you're looking at 12,000 people, right? Triple the road, make it quadruple the road. Sorry, make it like 6 lanes, giant lanes, so they can carry all 4 people in a car. You're still not close enough to getting a rail. A rail is 80,000 people. Guys, I'm almost angry talking about this, right? And clearly, these guys, they've got the millions, they've got the followers to just throw out there and just come up with stupid ideas like this, right? But the automated car, I hope people get it now, is a joke, is a farce. It doesn't work, especially on the road. There's a constraint called the road. The road can only take so many people, 4 people, that's all you get. If those people get on a train, it's a lot longer in terms of capacity, a lot more capacity, 80,000. That's almost 10 times the value of what you get on the road, okay? Now let's talk about driverless, because that's another point. People talk about driving, okay? Yeah, so if you go for a drink, then, okay, if you're drunk or, you're tired, okay? Let's talk about the drinks first, then I'll talk about being tired, because Elon Musk had a point on this. So so if you get on the road, let's talk about the drink driving. Okay, if you get on the road, you're right, then that helps you because you're not driving. Okay, so it helps you because you get on the train, you go down, you still have to walk to the car won't pick you from where you are. If you're drunk and you can't do anything or you can't move, there's nothing you can do. The car won't come get you. You have to walk out to the nearest station or the nearest stop to pick the car, which is what you can do on the train or public transport. Well, forget that for a minute. If you get into that car and it drives you, then it's driverless, okay? Here's the point. There are a lot of driverless trains today, so you could also be drunk as long as you're not actively drinking, because you can't actively drink on a self-driving car anyway, right? They stop that because of other passengers that are going to be there, unless you have it for yourself. So if you go in there and you get that and you get on the train, it's driverless. Same thing as well. So there's a lot of driverless trains today. Got some numbers here in terms of driverless train, which people don't realize, okay? We know this as well in London. So in London, there's a lot of that. You can go in and get on the tube. The DLR is called. So the DLR, the Docklands Light Rail, has no driver. It's been around for the last 20 years. 20 years, 20. You could get on the train and there's no driver on it. Zero. So you're not putting people at risk. The driver is tired, driver goes to bed. In fact, there's no driver, so there's nothing to worry about. And this was before the age of AI. When if there was an AI, oh my God, they would have said, hey, there's AI, and then they would increase the valuation to billions. But here's the point. Trains as it stands, no AI, nothing. The last 20 years has been without a driver. Yet we're giving it no credit at all. We think we're going to get a car with 4 people. The other countries that do this, so it's not just London, okay? If you go into Paris, the lines 4, the line 1 and line 14, fully automated, no driver. Lille as well, in France, they have a VAL driverless metro, no driver. Lyon, same thing, line B, line D, no drivers at all. Toulouse, same thing. In Denmark, they've got the entire metro line, has no driver. So you could get on, there can be at least 200 people, get on a train, there's no driver there at all. So you don't have to worry about fatigue. You don't have to worry about driver fatigue, as you're saying, or driver being drunk, because you can just get on the train and get to where you're going. Same thing in Barcelona. Barcelona lines 9 and 10, L9, L10, unattended, no driver on it. So you could get on the train and go to where you're going. Nuremberg as well, during Germany, no driver there as well. Obviously, we talked about London. Forget about Europe for a minute. Let's go into the Middle East. Middle East, Dubai, Doha, Riyadh, no drivers on their trains at all. A lot of entire metro lines with no driving at all. So you could just go in, it's fully automated. It's not AI powered, so we don't talk about millions as well. It's just normal, just automated. Simple automation there. Yeah. Go down to Asia Pacific. Same thing. Asia Pacific, we've got Singapore, Hong Kong, Taipei, Kuala Lumpur, South Korea, Sydney, Australia. You guys have a Sydney Metro. There's no silly driving on that. So what's your excuse, Elon Musk? What's your excuse, Waymo? Trains already do that today. Or like you're reinventing the wheel for something that is less important, for something that does less, that's less efficient, that can carries less people. 4 or 5 people max is all you get. Yeah? So it's a bit annoying to even think about it, that people actually invest money in this. Invest billions, right? These guys spend billions in terms of research just to put together 4 people into a car with no driver. But you could just get a train. If you had that money and you invested that money into hybrid trains, more silent trains, okay? I mean, if you see the underground, the noise in those things are crazy. And that's underground as well, by the way. So, okay, so it's a bit loud. But if you get in, you understand how noisy it is. But my point is, if you've got those billions to throw away into getting a 4-people car, that's still not working, by the way. Now, if you do that, spend that money on trains, spend that money on public transport, put the money together, increase the hybrid or the efficiency of those trains, and increase more stations as well. Because again, I think there's a lot of arguments where people have what's called a not in my backyard syndrome, where if you want to talk about or build a public transport, everybody wants you to build public transport, but they don't want it to be near them. So while you love the idea of a train, a station, or a train track, you don't want it to be beside your house because of the noise, okay? I understand that. So what do we do there? Increase the efficiency. Make sure the trains are electric. I mean, nothing's stopping you getting an electric train these days. So put electric trains there that are more quiet, okay? Because then it doesn't bring down or increase noise pollution around the area. That's an easy one. So I'm not buying the idea that, because, it's noisy, so we want to get into cars. No, you can get the amount of money, the billions you've invested, you can use that. The Elizabeth line in the UK didn't cost half of what these guys are throwing around on these self-driving cars. Yeah. So I'm going to end with that. I don't want to ramble on too much because I'm already angry. I'll just end with two things. Sorry. So number one is just basically, hey, let's end and know that simple. A car, as far as it stands, a car can only carry 4 people. You're optimizing and doing all these crazy moves and spending so much money on the cars just for 4 people. That makes no sense. It's just silly at this point. It's silly. And then I want to end as well with some quotes from Tesla and others, right? I'm going to talk because I talk about Elon Musk at all, and people think I don't like him. I like him. I just think he overstates his importance, right? So I'm not going to claim to be a genius, right? I'm a CEO, okay, and I'll do payment rings. So that's all we do. We do payment. That's all. I'm not going to claim to be a genius because we tap to pay. It's a genius idea. Don't get me wrong. You don't need your phone, your wallets. You can just tap to pay. However, I'm not going to claim to be a genius because already this is done by the guys and a couple of people in MasterCard put this together. We have MasterCard chips here, so I respect MasterCard there. We created the app, we do the connections with all the banks. That's it. But my point is, I think as a CEO, you have to be humble as well with your aspirations. Okay, if you come up with something silly and your customers say to you, "Hey, silly," then stop. Right now, I'll tell you. So Tesla, they spend on average 10 billion per year on automated cars, which we just talked about. It's 4 people max. We're a small city on a road of about 3,000. That's the maximum we can get on it. Maybe the 10 billion can go into trains. Virgin have their own trains. Virgin, Richard Branson has a whole train that he uses, and it's all Virgin, okay? You can check how much he spends on that. It's not 10 billion per year. So maybe we should move around with that, okay? He's been promising this self-driving car since 2016. We've got the numbers, 2016 to 2017. He says there's going to be 1 million, this is Elon Musk directly, there's going to be 1 million robotaxis by 2020. Someone should tell him in 2025. Again, it's not hatred, it's just fact, what he said. Same thing Waymo. Waymo came up again, they've been bought by Alpha by Google. And it came up and they focused on robotaxi, okay? So for them as well, same thing. They invest about 3.2 billion. They raised 3.2 billion and they invest 10 billion per year on robotaxis. That's all they do. They do robotaxis. Someone, a smart person, a smart investor is paying them 3 billion to create a taxi with a maximum capacity of 6,000 on the road. That's maximum. That's all you can get. So where are they going to ever get that money back? And instead of wasting that money on that, can they not just get a train? We've talked about Virgin several times. Okay, same thing. Jack Traffic said the same thing. Oh my goodness, it's going to be full driverless cars in Phoenix soon. I haven't been in Phoenix in a while. I'm sure, I doubt everything is fully driverless. If it is, guys, tell me down there. Send me a picture. Well, in truth, it's not worth it. You might as well just get a train and sit down the same way you're sitting down to relax. Let's talk about Gardic. Now, Gardic, a little well-known, they claim to have raised 200 million as well. Same thing, the CEO there, Gautam Norag, came up, right? And he says it's going to be driving very soon around the middle miles. The middle miles is somewhere in between. Not long range, short range, just in between. Again, same thing, not ready. But they've raised 200 million. So the investors that are writing a check for 200 million to invest in 4 people getting in a car to drive from A to B, when those people could have just gotten a taxi and gotten on the train for cheaper, without cleaning costs, without maintenance costs, without risk to lives, because trains have their own tracks. This will not. So it's one of the silliest thing ever. And the fact that I'm even talking about it annoys me even more. Right? Annoys me more to talk about it. Well, it seems I have to talk about it because these guys, all the CEOs, Elon Musk and team, come up with these stories and investors buy it. But investors are investing not their money, they're investing people's pensions. They're investing your money and my money. So we might think that we're smart here by not getting involved in that. That's true. But here's the point. People manage your money are, unless you tell them not to, unless you protest, unless you say something. If you say nothing, they're going to go ahead and invest this money on 4 people to get into a car and go from A to B. Robotaxis, okay? I'm going to end with that, okay? But I'll end with, there's really nothing you can do on this one, but just to think, okay, when these things come true, when people claim that this guy is a genius, Elon Musk, and deserves 1 trillion, that's where you question things like this to say, hey, you're human, you need to learn, you need to accept correction, okay? And listen to your customers, because I don't think there's anyone out there screaming that they want to see a robotaxi. There are a lot of influencers that are enjoying the views, okay, which is true. They're enjoying the views, they're enjoying the attention they get from Tesla or from Waymo or Nuro or any of these guys. That's true. But me and you, we don't. So please, when these people come up with silly ideas like that, just say to them and go, hey, no, just to get away from me. Okay? All right. Gotta go now. Talk to you later. I have to get back to work, get back to my customers. If you haven't downloaded it already, download the app or that Orukka, Orukka. Join us. Take care.